Hey, what's up, guys? Making a quick video on the 3 types of value. So this can be applied to like pretty much any area of your life. I find it pretty interesting though. So there are 3 basic types of value that I found. 1 is informational value, 2 is entertainment value, and 3 is emotional value. So, I apply this to mainly like a social context, really anything where you are interacting with someone else, whether it be virtually like I am right now with whoever of you are watching this, or in person. So I'll break down each of these categories. This has been something that's definitely changed a lot of, I guess you could say, my social life and the way that I interact with people, is realizing that we all do have value within all 3 of these categories, some more than others. So I'll start with informational value. So everyone in life, has a, stumbling blocks, things that they need to overcome. And typically one of the catalysts to overcoming that, I would argue, is information, right? Because if you have proper information, then you're going to be more likely to make a better decision to get yourself out of that situation. Also, people have big goals that they want to reach, and if you want to avoid the number of mistakes that you make, in achieving your goal, typically information is what is going to help you do that. One of the best things I've ever found is reading autobiographies from people who have already done what I plan on doing. For example, if I have a goal to become fit, I'll read an autobiography on someone who went from, not being fit, if you're overweight. Educate yourself on someone who went from where you are to where you want to be. This information can be, inspirational to you. It can also, help you avoid mistakes in the process of you trying to become fit. So informational value is really important, but people don't want that all the time, right? Some people are already relatively informed with what they're doing. Now, I'm not going to say like information can never benefit. Information can. What I'm saying is information can benefit everyone, right? But some people aren't receptive to being told, information, and that's where entertainment value comes in. So value type 1 is informational value. We can all give informational value to others based on our knowledge, experiences, etc. And you have to believe that you can give advice to people. You can share insight to people that opens their mind and allows them to behave in a different way. I believe that. And then value number 2 is entertainment value. So entertainment value has to do with giving people. It kind of ties into value number 3, which is emotional value. But entertainment value has to do with entertaining people. Being one of the best ways to entertain people, I would argue, is being self-depreciating, meaning taking yourself lightly, making fun of yourself, showing that you don't take yourself too seriously. This has been something that I've done my whole life. I mean, I basically made a name out of making a fool of myself when I was a younger buck, my earlier days. And people loved it, and I still try and hold on to that. Although I am a little bit more, I'd say, professional now in some ways. I always try to give people entertainment value, and entertainment value is not only being self-depreciating. It's also, generally, bringing insight to the way of the world, like how things aren't, everything isn't so picture perfect and set in stone. Things are weird, like conversations get awkward, relationships get awkward, you fail, trying new stuff, you laugh about it with your friends, you relate to people based on, what you didn't necessarily, how, when things didn't go to plan, you relate to people. If you're open about that. And so I think entertainment value is really important to exude to others, because people do want to feel entertained. They want to feel related to. They want to feel like they can crack up at your expense. Everyone wants to feel superior to you. And if you can be the better person and show that you laugh at yourself and you're okay with others laughing at you too, they're going to feel a lot more comfortable around you. And I think that entertainment value is really the ability to make others feel comfortable around you. And then the third form of value is emotional value. So emotional value has to do with you know, your genuine care and compassion for others. You know, I also would call this listening value. You know, really picking up on the cues that other people are giving you in conversation. You know, if you have a YouTube channel, really reading your comments and really understanding what questions your listeners are asking, really relating to the, you know, frustrations or the aspirations of who you're talking to. And I would call that, you know, I call that emotional value. I call that really emotionally investing yourself in whoever it is you're communicating with. So if you can kind of bring this into your next, whatever it be, conversation or way of interacting with the world, this can also be in a blog post, this can be written, any form of communication. You know, any form of communication is social in nature, right? Because we are communicating something to someone else, which is social, whether it be virtual or in person. And, you know, once you realize that there are you know, there's obviously different subtypes of value beyond these three, but once you realize that you can provide value in any social situation, in any form of communication, it really brings you a sense of self-knowing in terms of, you know, you do realize that at times you're not going to be able to give informational value. You might not be able to give emotional value due to the circumstances or setting, but you can give entertainment value in that circumstance. You know, there's going to be other times where someone really needs information from you and you can tell it, and maybe they're not asking for it, but you give it to them and then they thank you for it. That's an example of just, you know, taking action on value type 1, you know, informational value. And then, you know, maybe there's times when someone is really hurt inside, or someone's going through a, you know, a tough struggle in their life, and you can tell that they need that emotional support or value. They need someone to really empathize with them. There's going to be different points. There's going to be different times for each type of value, but it's up to you to decide when it's the proper timing for you to provide, you know, one of these types of value to people. But no matter what, you have to always be providing at least one of these three to people, or if not, you're being selfish. Because the way of the world, you know, we only make money by providing value to people. We only can really build relationships by providing value to others. And if we stop doing that, now obviously you should take, you know, an hour and a half to 2 hours, you know, maybe a little more a day to, you know, fulfilling your own needs. You know, you should obviously be taking care of your diet, your health, your fitness, etc. And yes, it is important to be selfish when it comes to your health, mentally, physically, and spiritually. But at the same time, you do have to be selfless, I would say, the majority of your day, in terms of not being a pushover, but just being aware of the value you can provide to others.